back to my channel. Today I am going to be doing a mass propagation video of a bunch of my plants. It is really starting to feel like spring here, and I think it's making me super anxious to just want to propagate and cut my plants up and start having a bunch more of them. So I figured this would be a great opportunity to make a video. I have a very wide range of plants, and there are a lot of new ones that I've gotten that I've wanted to attempt to propagate. So that's what's in the plan for today. Let's get started. Okay, so this first plant is a Monstera adansonii, and this guy is kind of crazy. I got him as a rehab, and since I put this trellis in here for him, he's gone absolutely nuts. And so I'm just gonna trim them up a little bit because I want some more babies to kind of plant around the bottom of the plant just to make it look more full. So I think I'm gonna take a couple from the top. And so when you're propagating any type of Monstera or pothos or philodendron, what you're gonna want to look for are these nodes, and you're going to find them usually at the base of every leaf on the stem. So you'll kind of notice these little bumps right here, and you just want to make sure that on your cuttings you have some of those because that's where the roots form from. So without those, it's gonna be kind of a huge risk to attempt to propagate. Not saying it won't work because some people have amazing luck with propagating things, but I would just be really careful, especially if these are your first plants. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut here in between two nodes. And as you can see, this here is what I'm talking about. I'll go ahead and chop one more time in between these. And you will have this little T-shaped cutting now. You can trim these up a little bit just so that they're not so huge. If you're using like some type of little glass bottle, which I love using these, they are just super cute and they fit cuttings really well. You can just kind of slide the tea in there like that and fill it up with water, and it's super cute, and they root pretty quickly. These guys usually only take about a week. You just want to be really careful putting them in here, especially so this top cuttings most likely have a new leaf either coming out or forming, so you do want to be really gentle just to make sure that you're not going to damage it. That's pretty cool. Alright, so that's my Monstera adansonii. And next up we have a silver satin pothos. This is also called Scindapsus, but this one right here is not the exotic variety. It's just regular. So once again, you're gonna look for a part on the plant that has a few nodes, and this spot happens to be a little leggy on mine, so that's where I'm gonna cut. You'll have a cutting like this, and you can do the same thing for this guy. I'm probably just gonna put this one piece in water because it will be fine. But if you're worried about them taking too long to root, you do want to separate them a little bit more. Alright. This will probably be the max that I fit into this little jar right here, just because I really don't want to damage that new leaf. But next up we will take a propagation of my heart-shaped philodendron. This guy's super cute, and I keep him on my little table with my record player. He's getting a little long. He's like trying to climb on top of my record player, so I need to trim him back a little bit. And I think I'm gonna go with the side that's nearest to it. So once again, you're just gonna look for some nodes, and I'm gonna show you guys a little bit closer on this one just so you have. So once again, you're just going to, I usually look for a leggy spot like this where there's like a huge gap, just so that maybe it'll grow a little bit better the next time. And then you're just gonna cut right in between them. And then for this one, move this out of the way. Just because it's like this, I usually chop philodendron because otherwise they take forever to root and sometimes they won't even. So I just make a little group like this, and then I'll put them all in a jar together. So it's kind of nice because with one cutting you can usually get like up to at least 4, like, you know, you can cut this up like I just did into 4 different pieces. So you're not just making one new rooted plant, it'll be 4. And these will all eventually start popping out their own leaves and stuff like that. So just kind of speeds up the process, and also like they will root quicker this way. So it's kind of a win-win. And I'm going to be water propagating these. I always have the best luck with that, so that's what I just keep doing. I've never had luck with sphagnum moss. It hates me. And so yeah. Alright, now next up I'm going to do this twisted lipstick plant, and I have honestly never propagated a twisted lipstick, let alone a lipstick plant, because I don't have one. And I really don't even know if you can. I know some plants like will not root for you, so this is a total experiment. If you've ever done this before, comment, let me know how it went or what you did, because I'm kind of nervous about this. I'm really going to be sacrificing a piece of this to attempt this, but I don't know, I'm curious. I had someone who asked for a propagation of this. I just don't like selling or giving them away unless I know that they're going to root for sure, because otherwise it's a waste for them. So I just cut, because these aren't going to have nodes like the other plants. You would just cut a piece of stem off, and then I always remove the bottom like 3 to 4 leaves so that the stem is exposed, because then it's more likely to root. And just another piece of advice, guys, I usually let these all scab up for like an hour before I put them in water. It makes them a little bit less likely to rot, so they have that calcification on the end, and it's like a band-aid for them basically, and then hopefully they'll root for you. I don't know. Like I said, water propagation is definitely my method. Everybody has their own. Don't give up, just keep trying and you will figure out what is your way eventually. This is a Hoya Crimson Princess. This is a very new plant to me. I've never had one. Just picked this up recently, and so I'll show you guys a little bit closer on this one. So just like that last plant, this one isn't going to have so much of like a node, but once again you're just going to look for between some leaves, the stem areas where you will want to chop. I'm going to cut right about there. And then for this guy, I will probably leave him as one and take off these bottom few leaves just like I did before. So you can, when you're taking these off, you can either cut them or just, if you bend them the opposite way that they look like they're growing, they pop off really easily. Okay, so it's gonna look like that, and we'll put that end in water. So I'm gonna fill these up and rotate out some plants because I have a couple more I'm gonna take cuttings off of, and then I'll show you guys how I set them up after. Alright, so this right here is a Monstera rhaphidophora tetrasperma. This was a cutting that I took earlier this morning, and I wasn't planning on making this video, so I had already cut it. I don't really want to take another one off of my plant, so I'm just going to show you guys what it looks like. Like I said on the first Monstera, it's going to be very similar to that. You're just going to want to find some of these nodes and slip it in some water and you are set. These are one of my favorite plants to propagate. They're so pretty and super fast growing. So next up, I have my huge pothos, and this is a mixture of jade and marble queen. And I just want to cut some of it off because it's just crazy. So I'm probably going to take a piece of each. Here's some jade, and there's this super cute marble queen piece trailing back here. Isn't it so pretty? Alrighty, so for this guy, I'm just going to do the same thing that I did with the philodendron and cut these into smaller T's. I'll show you guys up close. Alright, So I'm also going to take a propagation of this syngonium. Syngoniums do climb, so they're going to have nodes, kind of like monsteras. I'll probably cut it here. This plant was gifted to me about 2 weeks ago as a propagation. It's actually 2 really big syngonium cuttings, and I don't know, I always manage to kill them when I put them in dirt. Look at this. So I don't know, I just want to cut off a piece to make sure that I have it saved and put it in some water, because they always do so well in water for me. I don't know why, but I'm just gonna save this while I still can. And then I'm also gonna take a cutting of this golden goddess down here. So let's chop this guy quick. All right, so I'm just gonna take a little chunk off right here. This plant is honestly one of my favorites. It's just so stinking cute to me. Alright, so I usually keep them up over here. My window is right there, and they seem to do a little bit better, number one, in darker cups. Like, these ones are going to root a lot quicker than the rest of them because they're in glass. But then also they root quicker when they're a little bit out of sunlight. Thank you guys so much for watching today. If you are new here, don't forget to stop by in the comments and let me know where you're watching from. If you have been here before, thanks for being back. Comment down below and let me know if you have any video suggestions or questions about your houseplants, and I can try and help you best that I can. Or I do have an amazing community of over, I think it's 850 people now that just talk about houseplant stuff. We trade houseplants. We're obsessed with houseplants. So if you guys have any questions, just drop them down below and I'll try to get an answer for you. If you guys want to follow me more, check out my Instagram at Haven's Houseplants, or you can check out my personal account at Have the Hippie. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching today. I hope you have a wonderful day. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.